Oh, man.
I got you. Let's protect you.
We're going to keep you.
All right, let's get started. So we have Jaden. All right, Jaden won some money a year ago and put that money into a bank account. That's so smart, Jaden. I'm proud of you. All right. Now, this account earns 13% interest compounded continuously. So the moment you read that, you're thinking, what is it? What is it, Hector? No free ads. PERDS. Right? But hashtag no ads. Not sponsored. Okay. Not sponsored. Now, let's see what we know. Okay? Do we know how much money Jaden deposited initially? Does it say how much that he won and put into the account? No, so I can't do that. Does it say how much money is currently in the account? Yes. It does. Where do you put that? That is 400. That would be how much he put in initially. It's in the A. Very good. So I'm going to put the $400 here. I don't know. This is how much he has at this moment right now. He opens his phone, checks his account. There's 400 in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to put the E, or E is a number. What is the rate? What is the rate of this account? 13%. And so Emmanuel correctly already changed that from a percentage to a decimal. So thank you for that, Emmanuel. So 0.13. And how much time has that money been in the account? 1 year. So I'm going to put 1. All right, so what am I solving for? Solving for P. Very good. This is my unknown. Now, here's something, bless you, that hopefully you'll start to recognize as we do more of these problems. All right, E raised to a power is just a number. Okay, I'll say it again. E raised to a power is just a number. So how do I move just a number to the other side? Not subtraction. Somebody said division. So if I divide both sides by E to the 0.13, are you guys okay if I just put that now? Because when you multiply 0.13 times 1, it's still just 0.13. So divide both sides. When you're ready, Gemma. And so if someone could turn on their calculator and type in 400 divided by E to the 0.13 power, we will find out how much money Jaden invested. Give me with it. 351.24. I'm going to put 0.24 if you're cool with that. Excellent. Close this real quick. Yes, because we're solving for P, how much money he won / invested into this account. So by moving this over, this is how much money he won. Remember, it's only been a year. So I know some of you are thinking, wow, it hasn't really grown that much. It's only been a year, right? So the idea is in 10 years, 15 years, 50 years, whatever, it'll be a lot more. Now, if you type this in, you would be wrong. Because the question says, how much interest has he earned? How much interest has he earned? Remember, this is what he won and invested into the account. How much money is in his account right now? 400. So I'm going to need to subtract this 351.24 number to find out how much interest he has earned. Thank you so much. So that is what you're typing in to IXL. So just make sure you're reading to see what it's actually asking for in terms of the answer. All right, I'll be walking around to help if you're having any issues. Any questions on the first one? Yes, Ms. Tyler. For how to push the button? Okay, so if that's happening, you can always just go to second and then reset. Hit yes. And then, when you try it again, it should be good. Yeah. Whenever in doubt, if you're having trouble with that, like if it's like, oh, why is it not showing me the fraction? Just reset it. All right, let's do number 2. Tyrone, Tyrone wants to start a business. Tyrone wants to start a business, which he estimates will cost, wow, that's a lot of money, $19,876. If Tyrone puts $10,000 into a savings account, which earns 12% interest compounded continuously, so I'm thinking, PERT. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
That's right.
Hashtag.
How long will it be until he has enough money to start the business? So this one I think you can probably figure out right now what we're solving for. It says how long will it be? So what do you think is my unknown? The time, the T time, right? I'll be solving for T. Okay? So how much money does he need to start his business? 19,876. So I'm putting that as my A because that's the amount I want there to be in his account so that he can take it out and start his business. How much money is he investing today? $10,000. And then times E. What is the rate in his account? 0.12. And then times T. All right, now this one is going to involve one of your favorite things. One of my favorite things.
Fraction. Function. Natural log.
The natural logarithm. Okay? Because notice, where is our unknown? Our unknown is in the exponent. It is T. It's in the exponent. So to solve for this, I'm going to be using logarithms in a moment. Now, first I'm going to do is move over that 10,000 to the other side. So if you divide that, that leaves you with E to the 0.12 times T. And what is 19,876 divided by 10,000? What is 19,876 divided by 10,000? Isn't it 1.9876? Right? I just moved the decimal. Okay? Now, when you get here, this is what I taught you guys in the fall. All right? To figure out what T is, you need to use the natural logarithm. Bless you. All right? So I'm going to take the natural logarithm of both sides. So you don't have to do this in terms of copying it again, but I'm going to do that so I can put the natural log in front of both sides. Okay? So I just wrote the natural log of both sides. Now here's why I did that. That's an ln, yes. Do you remember what that allows me to do with this T? No. Allows me to do something with it. No. Multiple where? Where does it multiply? Because I'm going to multiply. Where does it moves somewhere? It moves to the front. So it becomes T times the natural log of E. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I want to move the whole thing? Yeah, I want to move the whole thing. Sorry. So I move the whole exponent to the front. Now, it's okay if you don't remember this, because it's been many months. But does anybody remember what the natural log of E is equal to? Oh, what up, Minerva? It's 1. Well done, Minerva. I'm impressed. Oh, I thought you said 1. Did she say 1 or she said 1? Boom. She's feeling it. She's feeling it today. It's all that PERT. Okay, now, not a sponsor. Not a sponsor. So if this is just 1, how do I get T by itself? I'm going to isolate, yeah. What am I going to do with this 0.12? Not subtract, not add. I'm going to move it over with division. So what my brain does is I divide both sides by 0.12. And notice I don't have to deal with that natural log of E because that's just 1. So in your calculator, go ahead and do a fraction. And in the numerator, do the natural log of 1.9876. I'll do it as well. It says ln. See it? So natural log of 1. I'm going to round once I get it, yes. What did you get, Natalia? That's exactly what I got too. I got 5.724. 5.724. Now, I'm not sure if IXL will accept this. This is the answer. It is 5.724 years. I think IXL wants you to put years and months. All right, so I'm going to show you how to find the months. So you take 0.724 and multiply it by how many months do we have in a year? By 12. So if you do that, that will give you how many months 0.724 is. Well, so I don't need to multiply the 5 with it because I know it's 5 years. I just don't know how many months this decimal is, right? If it had said 5.5, what is half of a year? 6 months, right? So I would know that. But I don't know. It's going to be more than 6 months, right? I don't know what it's going to be. Is it 8 months? I got 8.68. So I'm going to round up to be 9 months. So it was like 8.7 months. So I'm going to say 5 years, 9 months is my answer. So if Tyrone waits 5 years and 9 months for his money to grow, he will have over $19,876. Got to be patient, right? 5 years and 9 months. Okay, I'm going to move to number 3. I think that was probably the hardest one. Math is amazing. Let's go number 3. Destiny deposited $300 into a new savings account that earns interest compounded continuously. So I'm thinking, not sponsored. All right. After 10 years, the balance in the account was $775. What was the interest rate on the account? So what are we solving for in this question? We're solving for R, the rate. So that's something new. All right. So Destiny deposited $300. I don't know R. How long is the money in the account? 10 years. Okay. And how much money is in the account after 10 years? 775. All right. So in this one, I'm solving for R, which is the rate. Where is that located? In the exponent. So I'm going to be using natural logs. Gosh, what a day. All right, so let's divide both sides by 300. What's 775 divided by 300? 2.583. Repeating? Okay. Now, do you see how I left space in front of this E? Because what am I going to do to both sides of this equation? What up, Minerva? I'm going to take the natural log of both sides. All right. We just learned from the previous question that what can we do with the exponent after we take the natural log of both sides? Move it to the front. All right, and then Minerva just told us, last problem, what is the natural log of E? It's just 1, right? So this is just, you can essentially just ignore that. So how do I get R by itself? Divide by 10. So if I divide both sides by 10, I'll have my rate. All right, so let's go to the calculator. What is the natural log of 2.583 repeated over 10? I got 0.095. So I'm going to round that to 9.5%. I'm not sure if it would count it wrong if you put 0.095. It might have like a percentage symbol, so they probably want you to put it as a percentage. All right, we're on our last one. And then I'll give you guys the rest of the class to practice. All right, here we go. We got Will. Man, Will has expensive taste in bicycles, right? This must have been after the pandemic when bicycle prices went through the roof. Okay, so in 2 years, excuse me?
Really?
Oh yeah, everyone was trying to buy bicycles because they wanted to go outside and, you couldn't go to places they were closed, but you could ride your bike wherever. It was like really difficult to get like children's and adult bicycles like right after the pandemic because everybody wanted them. Okay, so in 2 years, Will wants to buy a bicycle that costs $2,000. He's going to open a savings account that earns 13% interest compounded continuously per...
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Can't forget that. Okay, how much will he have to deposit as principal? There's your P word, Emmanuel, to have enough money in 2 years to buy the bike. So how much money does he need? $2,000. So that's going to replace A, because I'm solving for P, the principal, how much money he needs to put in today. Right? E, what's our rate?
0.13.
Excellent, 13%, which is 0.13. How much or how many years is the money going to be in the account? 2 years.
Does it matter if I switch?
No. You're saying like if you did 2 times 0.13? No worries. Now, remember, E raised to a power that doesn't have an unknown is just a number. So this is different than the last 2 that we did. The last 2 problems we did had an unknown. Remember, number 2 was unknown time, and number 3 was unknown rate, or R. But if you know both of them, E to whatever this is just a number. So how do I get P by itself? Divide by E. Excellent. If you wanted to do that, Natalia already multiplied 0.13 times 2. That's totally fine. But if you wanted to leave it separate like this, that's also good too. It should be the same answer. So P equals 2,000 divided by E raised to the 0.13 times 2,000. I got $1,542.10. Now, part of the reason why